Hey guys, and welcome to a sponsored video. So today FitBeast have asked me to do a tutorial sort of video using their suspension type product. So I've reviewed a product FitBeast before, the resistance bands, way back in the first lockdown. There's a link in the description to them. They're now the #1 seller on Amazon for resistance bands, and they're a really great quality product. So I'm thankful FitBeast have come back to me to do another video for them. This time they want me to go over how I use their product in my day-to-day workouts. So rather than reviewing it, I'm more doing a tutorial on how I use it in my different training. So I used to be one of these gym bros that would always just see people doing suspension training and be like, what is that? And you see PTs throw it in randomly into sessions and it doesn't seem to have any practical sense to the session they're doing. I think people just like to chuck it in as a gimmick. But when you actually use this product properly, you can get a lot out of it, especially from home training. I've had to adapt to training with less equipment, and before I got given these, I didn't really think much of suspension training, but using this product, I really see the value of this and body weight functional training, especially when you have limited equipment and you want to train things like back or chest, and you don't have enough weight to really get a good workout in. These are actually a really good way to compensate and do it differently. So I'm going to show you some ways I've been using these in my workouts. I don't use them solely, I use them with weights as well, but they are a great addition to any sort of training, especially from home. So in the pack for FitBeast you get these nice quality solid plastic handles and standard straps. I mean, suspension trainers are suspension trainers. They're all fairly similar. It's just standard good quality. It takes all of my body weight and I am close to 110 kilos. So it hasn't taken any wear so far from using it. It's got really easy adjustable straps to adjust the length. All of their products are basically really good quality and not too expensive. So I'm just going to show you a few different exercises on how I use this and a few points you should take note of if you're going to use a suspension trainer indoors. You want to make sure that you use it on a door that closes inwards. The problem is if you put it on a door that closes outwards, you're going to end up putting all your body weight just through the locking mechanism and not through the entire frame and like the hinges. So you don't want to do it on an internal facing door where possible, unless it's an incredibly sturdy door, especially if you're my body weight and you're going to do some rows, etc. You don't want to be having the door ping open in your face. So that's the only thing you would have to be aware of when purchasing this, is to make sure you have space with a door that closes internally, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate how you set up the suspension training. Essentially, you want to grab this ball part on the end and you need to hook it over the outside of the door. So this door closes inwards, right? So what it means is it opens outwards, closes inwards. So you want to make sure you put it on a door that shuts this way so that all of the weight is evenly across the frame when you're using it. It suggests that you put them evenly apart. So because I've got a double door here, I could put one here and one here. Or if you've just got a single door, you would split them in between one, so you'd have one here and one here. So I'll show you on one door for now, just so you get the gist. Hopefully the camera doesn't blow over when I open the door, because it is a very windy day. So if you're using two sets of bands of straps on the same door, you want to have them basically either side of the center of the door, so that you're balancing the weight distribution across each. Okay, so this is how you want to get them set up. Don't do it on a door that closes away from you, because then you're just going to have problems. Okay, so the first exercise I'm going to show you guys is the low or a row using the suspension trainers. This is really good because you can use your entire body weight through the movement. So what you want to do is get the two straps like this on either side of the door up there, like I just showed you. You want to get your feet placed against the door frame. Okay, lie flat down like this. Get ready and then row yourself up, keeping your back straight. So you can do various types of rows of this. You can just do a standard overhand grip row. You can get your grip wider if you want to work the wider back by setting up the straps wider apart. So there's the regular row. You can do a neutral grip row, okay? Or you can do an underhanded row to work different areas of the back, like so. And this is, I was putting my 105, 110 kilo body weight through this. door frame, no problem at all. And it's pretty much like doing a 100-kilo row that way. So this is a really good exercise to do, and there's a few different variations like I just showed you. Probably my favourite exercise for this, and it gets you a really good back pump when you don't have much weight. You can adjust the difficulty by making the straps go up slightly higher or lower, so you can mess around with it and try a few different ones out. So another great exercise you can do with the suspension trainer is chest flies, an exercise I've really missed being able to do with a decent amount of weight or with a machine, and this mimics it really nicely. So you want to have the straps again, the further away from the door you are, the angle is going to increase the intensity by how much body weight you put through. With flies, they've got a nice solid plastic handle here, but I find my wrist digs into the plastic here when I'm doing them, so I prefer to hold the bit, the soft fabric bit, and then that way I'm not getting this bit of plastic dig into my wrists as I do my flies. You want to lean forward, make sure all your weight is taken by the doors comfortably before. So to do an easier fly, you would stand more upright, okay? To do a harder fly, you're going to come all the way back so that more of your body weight is going through your arms. Then you're literally going to get to the stretch point like you would with a regular fly. Nice deep stretch, drive up. Again, to make it easier to step further forward, and then not as much of my body weight is going through. Press, okay? A lot of people with flies as well don't get this nice stretch point in. This is the most important point of the movement. Then drive. A lot of people do the reps too quickly and go like this. That's not activating your chest at all. You want to make sure with all of this sort of stuff, you're doing slow, controlled reps. Get real deep into the movement and then come back out of it. No half reps, you're not going to get anything out of it. So really just that slow, controlled stretch and press back out. Easier to fly, so you can almost press it that way as well, okay? So you can do a chest press this way too. You don't have to fly it, so that's another variation. And again, if I wanted to be a bit easier, it's a way you can sort of do a drop set as well almost, because you can do press like this to failure, okay? And then when you're really struggling, you take a few steps forward, press again. When you're failing, take a few steps forward, press again. You're also going to work the chest at slightly different angles like this. So experiment. I was basically not really trying that set. I've already got going. So it's a really good exercise to do. The flies, excellent. If you can only do them on one door, that's fine too. You just have to have a slightly controlled motion. But if you've got a set of double doors like this, it's a great way to make the flies, you know, get that deep, wide stretch. Okay, so another great upper body exercise is the decline or suspended push-up. So very simply for this one, you're going to be doing push-up with your feet extended above you. It's going to hit the chest at a different angle. Now it is quite tricky to get your feet in the hoops. Once they're in, get them through these hoops, lean forward into the push-up position. Now this is going to work your abs a lot too. It's a really good one. And simply do straight push-ups, okay? Now, the higher you put your feet up, the harder this is going to be again, or it's going to be more of even more of a decline, okay? And the fact that your legs are balanced in the air means your core gets engaged a hell of a lot too. It's a real difficult way to do a push-up. You can see I'm shaking here. I can normally do 50 push-ups easy. These are way harder, and the fact that your abs are so much more engaged is a great way to just add a different twist to your workouts. So, oh god, like they really are tough. Another great upper body exercise you can do is a rear delt fly type exercise. So simply I'd extend your handles a bit higher for this one so you can get the effect right. You simply hold it and do a rear delt fly sort of motion as you would with dumbbells. So you want to lean right back, okay? Slight angle. And obviously the steeper angle you go, the harder it's going to be. And rather this time than just rowing, you're going to bring your arms out, okay? And it's going to hit your rear delts, your traps a lot more. Okay, so you can see I'm doing this. Now to make it harder, again you get a slight, so you do more of an angle, put more of your body weight through it. Okay, and it's going to make it harder and harder. And again, even further, just make sure you don't go too far that you slip. Okay, like so that's another point, make sure you're doing this on a surface where you're not going to slip, otherwise your feet will just slip out from underneath you. So again, you can do this with different variations. So I like the neutral grip, okay? I find it's quite effective.
Some people might prefer this grip, and it's going to slightly work the muscles differently, so have a bit of an experiment. It's still going to hit the same range of muscles, it'll just hit them from different angles. Okay, so it's still the same exercise, but with these different, so you can either do neutral or overhand like that. So give that one a try. I'm getting my traps and my rear delt, well, all of my shoulders are already pumped like mad from doing that. Okay, the final two exercises I'm going to show you guys are arm ones. A nice way to finish out an arm workout or start it off is triceps, biceps. So there's a nice sort of skull crusher overhead extension version of this. So what you want to do is get the straps above your head height, okay? Lean slightly forward. Again, how far forward you lean depends on how hard it's going to be for you. Bend your elbows as you would like with a skull crusher, okay? And then extend, alright? Try and keep your elbows tucked in. That's where you're going to use the tricep the most. Push. So it's almost like a push press, skull crusher kind of combination. And this one really does work the triceps hard, so try and get a different angle for you. So it's down, nice and controlled. Okay, to make this easier, if I said stand further forward, make it a bit easier on myself. Okay, easy peasy. Then we do the biceps one. So to do the bicep curl, you instead lay down or sit down on the floor. And sorry if the exposure's not the best, trying to fight against the sun here is a bit of a bitch. Oh, it's right in my eyes as well. So underhand grip, okay? Lean back like you were with the rows and just curl instead. It's almost like a drag curl in the way that the motion occurs. And it's just a different way to hit your biceps and your forearms. Just curl it yourself towards it. Okay, so to make it a bit easier on yourself, lean back more, curl like this. I was probably using too much weight there, more of a row. This is more, I'm feeling it in my biceps a lot more now, leaning back a bit more, or less even, should I say. So then the less and less you lean back, the less weight you're putting through. So probably actually this angle, not on the floor, I don't know what I was talking about. And this is more your biceps. So quite simple, and my arm's already pumped just from doing one set of each of those. And that pretty much sums up this video, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed something a bit different and me trying out some different exercises. Again, sorry for if the exposure's a bit bad on some of those clips. It's so hard to try and get the balance colour outside when light's coming through the window. I'm trying to get better at camera recording. Don't forget to check out FitBeast products in the description. They've got a whole bunch of home training stuff through their range now, so you can find them on Amazon or directly on their website in the description below. Great quality stuff, and they've got a good variety. They may end up sending me some more stuff to review or cover in future, so stay tuned for that. Gyms are only opening in 4 weeks here, hopefully, as long as COVID doesn't decide to have a new strain that murders everybody immediately. Not long now till we can get back to some normal training, but I think lockdowns have made me realise that you can get decent training done at home if you're motivated to train the right way. And I'm definitely going to invest in more gym equipment to train at home from. Now I've got a bit more space, more weights. It's just at the moment I can't seem to find weights anywhere for the life of me. They just don't exist. But once gyms open them, the demand for them goes down. I'll be able to stock myself up more, because training from home is actually, it's just so time efficient, right? So I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to travel half an hour to the gym and back. I can get it done right in my living room. It's just being able to motivate to do that and having the right amount of equipment. So if I had a proper gym in my back garden, I would be smashing it. I just can't find the equipment. So I've been relying on things like this, and it has helped a lot, and it's helped me maintain as much muscle as I can and not lose too much. I could have lost a hell of a lot more if I didn't have any equipment at all. So it's better to have something and use it than nothing and just quit training. And that's what I've tried to have the mindset of, as I know I'm not gonna be as good as I could look at the gym, but there's no point letting myself backslide really far. So I've kept up the training, I've kept up eating moderately well, and when gyms open is when, like a lot of people, I'm really going to push it. For now I'm really just maintaining, so yeah, this sort of stuff is helping me do that. So yeah, thanks to FitBeast for sending me the resistance bands and the suspension trainer. I've actually been using them a lot in my training, so I appreciate it, guys, and hopefully you'll send me some more products soon. For the rest of you, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you with the next video soon.